Hello there, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. Meal prep is a love yourself later activity, and you're gonna love yourself when you have 3 meals fully prepared, ready to go, making your week just so much easier, okay? So where are we right now? Let's see, this menu, it is tacos, zingy chicken and bacon salad, and a garlic balsamic chicken bake, okay? So if that sounds good to you, sounds good to me, let's get it done, shall we? So we're gonna start off by doing, there are 3 varying levels of prep, by the way, depending on your level of motivation and perhaps how much time you have today. Sorry, I just got distracted by the snow. Squirrel? No. It's kind of like a squall. So it's, instead of squirrel, squall. Sorry. 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation. So you want to get the time to table results that you do see in the meal plan. You're going to want to go all the way with me to level 3, okay? We're actually going to start doing a couple things that are in level 3 now because they're things that are going to do themselves while we're doing other things, and that's just how we gain back extra time throughout the week, okay? So I'm going to start just going to heat up my pan because I'm going to grill up some chicken and I'm going to cook some bacon. So those things are just fairly hands-off. They can do their own thing. Cool, so I got that pan heated up. I'm gonna cook my bacon in the oven. That is how I cook my bacon because it is just ridiculously simple to do so. If you have never tried cooking your bacon in the oven, definitely do so. It is a game changer, okay? So you literally just lay your bacon out. I have a stone bar pan that I do mine on. If you're into stone, this is a great way to season a stone. Because you're getting a whole bunch of fat on there all at once. So this is a lovely way to season a stone. You can just cook a few pieces of bacon if you want. You can do the whole package. If you want to take your package and like literally just chop it in 2 and freeze half of it for another time, you can definitely do that. Really do what serves you here. Bacon will always find a purpose in my house. It's just trying to save my cooked bacon for what I actually, intended to use it for. That is the trick. So I need to have other bacon that is decoy bacon so that I can say, well, honey, children, you can have this many pieces and the rest of it is off limits, okay? So. A little bit of an overlap is okay on there too, because it's going to shrink up some. So when you're looking through this list, there might be some things that you can even prepare further if you wanted to. Like for tacos, if you wanted to cook up your taco meat now and just reheat it day of, if you want something that's literally gonna be like, 2 minutes to the table, you could do that too. This is just, I don't wanna say this is a starting point, but it's meant to be adjustable to your family's needs and tastes and dietary requirements, all of the things. It is meant to be a flexible working plan that works for real life, okay? So if you want to look in and see if there's a little more to do. Also, if you see an ingredient and you're like, yeah, my family's not going to eat that. They're not going to eat bacon, or they're not going to eat bacon. Well, maybe they won't. Okay, so if we're going with the sacrilegious thing of my family's not going to eat bacon, then you can replace it with something else, right? So, I mean, usually it applies more to vegetables than it does to bacon, but who knows? Maybe your family hates bacon. Weird. Oops. I had thawed a couple chicken breasts. I only needed a couple, so I was like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna buy a whole pack of chicken because I had a couple in the freezer, so. This is the nice thing about prep though, because you can literally be, you know, prepared. Just lovely. Okay, so just to cook my chicken faster, I am going to split it in two. I'm using this fancy dancy little thing. It's called a close and cut. It allows me to cut my chicken butterfly style without cutting off any of my fingers. It's very important to be safe, especially if you are naturally klutzy. Perhaps you have a poor attention span. Guilty and guilty. Whew. So if you have good attention to detail, maybe you're just really good at these things and you won't hurt yourself, and good for you, don't brag to me. But otherwise, you can get the nice toys. And this, I really do like. I really do like. It seems like such a unnecessary little gimmick, but it sees a lot of use in my house. Because the chicken will just cook way better, way faster. If I split it in two. This lets me do that easily and safely. So, it's called a close and cut, and I love it. Trying my very best not to touch any meat. I just do not like touching meat. It is just something I do not like doing. Throw some salt on these bad boys. I always find it just tastes better if you salt it. And it's not the same if you salt it after. You ever notice, like, if you forget to salt meat and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to salt it, I'll just put salt on after. Somehow it just doesn't work. It needs to, like, really get right in there or something. I don't know. Okay. There we go. So I can start grilling these. Trying to figure out, I'm like, is it still called grilling if you're just like kind of pan frying it, or do you call it something else? I don't know, but whatever, you know what I mean. We're cooking it. We're cooking it. We're making sure it's cooked. We do not want to eat raw chicken. We are not mountain lions. We do not have a digestive system to accommodate eating raw chicken. So, gonna get some stuff started here. Gonna use one red onion. Some of the red onion is gonna be for salad, so that I'm gonna slice up. The rest of the red onion I am just going to throw in with the tacos, okay? So instead of using, because I usually use white onion for taco, this is gonna be the same sort of deal. It'll be fine. But I don't like using white onion in my salads. It's just too sharp. I don't mind using thinly sliced red onion, or even shallots, but white onion, not so much. And I just didn't want to waste anything this week. So at least when we're planning, it gives us a chance to kind of, it gives us a chance to pivot a little bit. right? So rather than using a white onion and then having leftover red onion, just say, well, what's the difference having red onion and taco? It's all gonna be kind of like, you know, reddish anyway. So I said a quarter of this, but really like, use your best guess for how much you think that you're gonna want to have for salad. Maybe at this time you want to chop up a little extra to go in your tacos or something. I don't know. I'll leave that open to you. So I just sliced red onion. I'm going to chop the rest. I am going to use my food processor because I love food processor. It's called the electric twist and chop, and it's very efficient because the blade rotates up and down while you are using it. So it means that instead of being over-processed to the bottom, under-processed at the top, it's all pretty even. Also makes it just ridiculously more efficient. I do have to chop this up pretty good though, because my children, as much as there's not really much difference between red onion and white onion, the color throws them off. So if they can like distinguish it, they'll go from eating it and loving it to be like, oh yes, I don't like this. So I want to process the crap out of it, pretty much. Oh, that's got some bite to it. My goodness. Golly, what a day. Okay, awesome. So onions are taken care of. Gonna just quickly florette some broccoli. You can buy broccoli florets already floretted. However, it really doesn't take much time to floret broccoli at all, and I find it kind of fun. I don't know why, I just do. There's some like prep tasks that just seem funner than others, and floretting broccoli for some reason, that's mine. I like it. I like doing it. If you need me to floret your broccoli for you, I'm happy to. Maybe it's because like Alice in Wonderland is my favorite Disney movie, and I kind of feel like it's, you grab the broccoli and you're like, off with its head, you know? Seems exciting. Okay, so there's some floretted broccoli. I'm also gonna go like kind of super sneaky here. See how you're doing. Okay, I don't think the chicken is very far off from being done, which is, you know, exciting and lovely and wonderful. Another little piece of broccoli. Can't be wasting that. Okay, so I'm gonna go for some super sneaky veg this week because I like to, my children will not eat the broccoli. I will serve it to them. I always serve them the same things that I have. It might look a little different, but basic gist of it is they're getting the same things. Doesn't mean they're always gonna eat it. They're gonna look at it, they're gonna complain. I'm gonna tell them, hey, just throw a little ketchup on it. They're gonna throw a little ketchup on it. They're gonna have a little nibble of it, and they're gonna be like, yuck. And that's gonna be how it goes. But as long as they try it, I'm okay with it because I have myself believing that eventually they're going to learn to eat more things if they're continually exposed to it. You really can't let kids dictate what you're eating, or you'll never eat anything. Like, pretty sure if I let them dictate it, all we would eat would be pizza and rice, maybe some chicken nuggets. There wouldn't be much in there. It would not be healthy. They just don't know, right? So if your kids will not eat broccoli, you can sneak it into them. You're gonna get the same nutrients pretty much from a broccoli stem as you do from the broccoli itself. So the nice thing about this is that broccoli stems are actually really easy to hide in things, okay? So I'm gonna hide the broccoli stem in the tacos, is where I'm going to hide them this week. They're also really easy to hide, like in any slow cooker meals, anything like that. So all you do is chop off kind of the woody end on it, and then peel it, because you don't want anything that's going to be really hard. You want it just to kind of disappear into whatever you're cooking it into. So I'm going to put it in the food processor and process it right up, because then it's going to be right tiny. And they're not going to know. My husband says my kids are going to have trust issues someday. But hey, everybody's got trust issues. At least mine's coming with nutrients, right? I'm going with that. There's enough mom guilt. I'm going to let that one go. Okay. I'm just going to throw it right in with the onion, because honestly, it's going in the same thing. It's going in at the same time. It's gonna save me dishes. Saving dishes is actually one of the nicer things about doing prep too. You might use a lot of dishes while you're prepping, but you're using less dishes throughout the week. Plus you're only like dirtying things like measuring spoons once instead of messing them up like 3 times. So it does actually, in the long run, save on dishes. I just make sure before I do my prep that my dishwasher is like empty, so that I can just fill it back up again, and then it's good. Okay, awesome. So now if you want to prep, if there's any fresh ingredients that you want to put on your tacos, I think we're probably just going to be having like lettuce, which somehow is not here right now, and some salsa on there and some cheese. That's about it. So I'm not prepping any fresh ingredients right now, but you certainly can prep them, and then I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna slice up. I only need half a cucumber, but I'm thinking I might as well just, you know, slice a little more. It's one of those things, if it's prepped, they're gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat it. Like my kids will eat, they'll use cucumber to scoop out hummus and stuff like that, no problem. It just makes my job a lot easier if it's already all prepared. So then if they want a snack, I can be like, oh, how about cucumber and hummus? And then the cucumber's already sliced up, so. And even if you don't have small kids that you're the snack fairy for, just having stuff prepped for yourself makes it so much easier too. Man, that cucumber smells good. Okay, I'm gonna check the chicken because it's probably done. Oh yeah, she's done. There we go. So chicken is ready. See? Stuff that does itself while we're doing other things. It's kind of magical. I'm stacking all the cucumber like together like this. And the reason for that is just because it tends to retain a little more of its moisture, I find that way. If they're all just like separated in there, it can get dry pretty quick. If I have them like, you know, like snuggled up kissing cucumbers, it stays better longer, I find. Okay, I'm gonna do up a couple things here. Just going to zest and juice a lemon. Make sure that your lemon is nice and cleaned off before you're zesting it. I'm using one of my favorite little toys. It's called a cup zester. So it'll zest any of your citrus. It's an absolute game changer for ginger, because you know the ginger gets all stringy and weird when you're using it. Anyway, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I think that's enough zest. Well, sir. I don't know if you could see that spraying, but that just gave a real good spray off in that direction. Lemon juice. Last thing I'm going to do for prepping veggies is I have mini potatoes. I'm going to cut my mini potatoes in two. I'm going to cut them in two just because actually these ones are really tiny and adorable. They're just really cute. They're like not even mini. They're like super tiny mini. I'm not gonna cut those in half. They're perfect just the way they are. So I'm not gonna bother slicing them. No, you guys are good. Okay, just gonna, you know, randomly open my bag then. Cool. Won't be for long though. And you can just cube up potato if you want to have potato on the side instead of mini potato. Just mini potato just kind of feels like a treat. I just love those little tiny ones. They're freaking adorable. If that is all the gas you have in the tank, congratulations. You have finished level 1 preparedness. You get your veggies ready to go. You're going to absolutely love yourself. Maybe you have level 1 and level 3 done. Because if you're going to do 2 levels, I think that's where you go with it. But level 2 is definitely stuff that you're going to thank yourself later for. It's all those little odd things that just add up, right? And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to prep some cheese for tacos. And probably a little more for snacks. I don't know if you know this, but grated cheese that you have a purpose for is way more delicious than the block of cheese that you have to cut a slice off of. This is a rule written by children and husbands, at least in this house. And it's not written by me because I don't eat cheese. So maybe that's written by everybody in normal houses. And it's funny, like I can't tolerate dairy, I can't tolerate cheese, but I also never liked it, which is odd, I know, but I never liked it. I never liked it growing up. It was just something I never liked. So all the dairy things that I don't miss, it would be that one. Why I miss it if I never liked it before? That's a good thing, I guess. Cheese is at the ready. And really, it's just the little things. Having these little tiny things prepared that honestly take no time or effort at all when they're on their own. But for some reason, when it's 5 o'clock and you're really tired and you just had a really long 3 days somehow smushed into one, these are the things that can absolutely break your motivation for sticking to a meal plan or saving money by eating at home. If it's faster and easier to eat at home, that's where you're probably going to eat, because sometimes you just need it to be quick and easy. So I'm just using a rolling pin to crush these pecans a little. They don't have to be perfect. Rolling pin, silicone bag, done. Nice and easy. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Gonna mix up some seasoning for the garlic parmesan chicken. Cool. Which is honestly a very easy mix of seasonings. It's just one of those things. If I gotta reach for 3 bottles versus 1 jar, I'd rather reach for the 1 jar. Tell me I'm not the only one who is this tapped by the end of the day. This is the reason why we started meal planning, my family, and why I felt like it would be beneficial if I was able to share it with you as well. We were just tired. We were in a rut. We were eating the same things all the time. We weren't eating terrible food. It wasn't exciting. There you go. That's your seasonings. Alrighty. Gonna put together lemon zest vinaigrette for our salad, or you can just use whatever salad dressing you want. If you got a salad dressing you like, use that. This one, the lemon zest, just adds a little bit of zestiness to it, right? And it's quite easy to make your own salad dressings. Sometimes you'll find that the oil will harden up in the fridge. Just take it out a little bit before you eat, or throw some in a little bowl like this and just heat it up in the microwave just for a smidge. Does not have to be for very long. Some lemon juice in there. Perfect. Man, I love to have the fresh citrus zest and stuff like that. It just adds some nice flavor. You don't have to be real precise on this. You can ish it. It's okay. You can make more, you can make less. There's bacon. If it's prepped enough for you, then you're good. You're good. That's done. I'm just gonna give this dressing a quick little stir. Grabbed totally the wrong scraper, spatula, whatever majigger for doing this, but what else is fine. Okay, there we go. We are prepped for the week. 3 meals, ready to go. This is going to be bam, 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 throwing it all together. I hope it makes your week easier. And chat soon. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.